So, do I give up manifesting my ultimate lover into my life? With all of the circumstances, all of the doubts, all of the hurt, all of the things that has happened within my union, do I give up on manifesting my ultimate lover all the way into a committed relationship in my union, in my reality? The short answer is no, but I will share with you why. Before we get started, I'm Kanisha with Peace, Love, and Faith, and I'm here to help you manifest your ultimate lover into your life. Also, to heal your self concepts about yourself and to really help you come into your most abundant and blossoming life. So, should you give up on manifesting your ultimate lover? No. And I say this because I've been in this space where I have thought about giving up on my twin flame, my divine masculine, just because there seem to be a lot of circumstances or blocks and upsets that were keeping us from coming together. And there was one point where my divine masculine and I decided to go our separate ways. And this was last year at this exact time, like end of February, all through March, first week of April. And I was in one of the lowest places. It was very hard for me to move through that, but I ultimately came to terms that him and I weren't going to be together. I deleted everything, all of his pictures, all of his text messages, his number. The only thing I did not do was block him from social media. And I ultimately just felt in my heart that I couldn't. I was just like, no, like, we have mutual friends. He didn't do anything wrong. He just had his boundaries and he was very clear on what he was willing to invest in and what he was not. And at that time, it was not me. And I remember being really upset by this. I even remember going to God and being like, do you actually have godly men in the world? Because it says that you do in your word and in the Bible. And ultimately, I'm not seeing it. And it was also one of the things on my love list for my twin flame, my ultimate lover, is that he would be a man of God. And at this time, my divine masculine wasn't really showing up that way. And so I was asking God, like, do they exist? Are there really men who pursue you, who let you lead them, and then you teach them how to lead me and my family? Like, is that really a thing? And ultimately, what I received back was, are you being the woman that is showing up in the way that that man needs? And ultimately, it was no, because I wasn't even really truly pursuing God in the way that I wanted my divine masculine to. And I was ultimately seeking things from my divine masculine that I wasn't willing to really give myself on a consistent basis. And so I put my head down and I started doing my inner work and I started pursuing God. And probably about a month later, I started communicating with what I would call a soulmate or a karmic. And we would just text and talk all day. This man would pursue me in the way that I wanted my twin flame to pursue me. He would call me. He would text me all day. He would tell me about his day. And it was all strictly communication. I never actually got to meet this person. But when we decided we were going to meet, I realized that my divine masculine was still in the back of my mind. And I could not shake the energy of him or the feeling of him. Even when I was on the phone with this karmic or this other person, I would just be thinking about my divine masculine to a point to where it felt like I was cheating. I've never cheated, but I've been cheated on. And so it was just kind of like this feeling of like, is this what this would feel like if I was being like stepping out of my relationship? And so I asked God if this other person that I'm talking to, if he's supposed to be in my life, if so, show me. And if not, remove him from my life. And within like a day or two, I till this day have never heard back from that person. I'm pretty sure he was kidnapped, which is completely fine. That was God's clear communication. This person is not someone you should be investing in. And then 3 days after that happened, my divine masculine called me. And he shared with me that he had bought a Bible, that he had been pursuing God, that he had really been focusing on his relationship with God. And he shared a lot of other things with me that completely mirrored and reflect the inner work that I was doing and the conversations that I was having with God. And we have been in communication since then. That was a year ago. Now, where our relationship is now is not where I thought our relationship could have even blossomed into back in March last year. When I look now at all the things that have occurred and blossomed and unfolded, and where we've deepened our friendship and our connection, and where we've really healed and just moved through a lot of things, I didn't think it was possible for our relationship, our union, to be where it is now based off of what I knew last year. The only thing I did was focus on God, myself, healing my concepts about love and relationships and about divine masculines, about myself. I really chose to see him as my mirror instead of seeing him as my enemy or as separate from me. And ultimately, I released attachment to him. I kept choosing my husband in my heart. That was one of the things I kept choosing. And I kept claiming my union that God had for me. Not what I thought I wanted or what I thought I needed, but what God had for me. And through that, my divine masculine continues to show up. Yesterday, there was a moment where me and my divine masculine were talking. He's telling me about his schedule for the day, and we had gone to a competition. We didn't go together, but we met there. And he's telling me about his schedule. And in his schedule, he was like, yeah, I'm going to go meet the band and do this and this. And then I'm going to go get food. And then I'll be back here at 5:30. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to see him at all today, even though we're in the same location. So instead of being like, well, can I come to lunch with you? Or can I blah, blah, blah? I just went to God. And I was just like, God, I desire to be with all of you today. I desire to be with all of me today. And I would really love to spend the day with my twin flame if that is in your will. And I just gave myself the love there. I filled up my own cup. I came to this place where it was enough for me to spend the day with God. So if I was going to sit there and watch this competition just with me and God, I would be completely okay, because I am whole and complete and okay even without my twin flame being there. And I just kind of relaxed into that. And so he got up, he went to go do his thing, and then he came back and he sat with me for probably about an hour, and we watched these shows. And then he just looked at me and he's like, you want to go get food? And I was like, yeah. And we ended up pretty much spending the entire day together. There was moments where he would leave and come back. I think there's 2 moments where he left and came back. But I think altogether, I probably spent a whole hour by myself altogether yesterday, if that. I don't even think that was even the whole time. But ultimately, my point there was that I released attachment to him. I went to God, and then God moved through my man, or my twin flame, my divine masculine. And I didn't have to seek anything from him. When I try to seek from him, it's usually no, because I didn't go to God first. I went to him. And that was a really profound thing for me to see. So if you feel like you have all these blocks and upsets and these circumstances and all these things keeping you from being with your twin flame or your divine counterpart, the truth is the only thing that's keeping you from being with them is you. And that is because somewhere within your consciousness and within yourself, you believe that you are not enough for them, or that however you view them is the way they have to show up. So if you're viewing your divine masculine, or for the divine masculines who are watching your divine feminine, as someone who can't commit or doesn't want to be with you or wants to keep their options open, if you believe that about them, that is how they're going to show up. You are the only one who co-creates in your reality. You're the only one who can shift your reality. And that is based off of what you think and believe. And what you think and believe is going to be projected out into your reality and mirrored back to you. So I had to make the core choice that I am worthy of spending all the time that I desire with my ultimate lover, that I'm meant to be around them and with them, and to really enjoy their company and their space, and that they also enjoy being around me, and that they love spending time with me, and that they want to do things with me. That was a big one in my union. I, for a long time, believed he wanted nothing to do with me, and he did not want me in his space. That is not the truth. So I had to let go of these illusions and these lies that I was feeding myself or telling myself due to previous relationships or due to my childhood. And when I really started to make a shift and change there, guess who mirrored that? My divine masculine, my twin flame. And so with your true divine counterpart, they will always make the same core choice as you. But with someone who we can say a soulmate will not make the same core choice as you because they are not one with you. They are mirroring aspects of you, but a true twin flame will always meet you in the same core choice. And so I don't ever have to go to him for things. I go to God, and God moves through him in the best way that is meant for our highest good and the best way to love him and I. So if you're thinking about giving up on your union, I highly suggest that you don't, because you're absolutely deserving of having the ultimate love in your life, having all of the love that you've ever desired and wanted in a relationship. You don't only get your ultimate lover, but you get your ultimate best friend. They'll be your ultimate partner and your ultimate teacher. And you deserve that. You do not deserve to settle or to go with the person who looked great on paper, but isn't ultimately everything that you desired. And that's what I had to learn about the karmic that I was exploring. Was on paper, he looked like he would be a great match. He had been married, he had kids, he kind of did the same life purpose, but there was just this knowing in my heart towards the end of the connection through communication that he was not my person. And that's why I had asked God, like, before I meet this person, is this someone I'm supposed to be investing in, or am I searching for something that my twin flame isn't currently giving me because I'm not giving it to myself? And that person was kidnapped, and my twin flame showed up, and we had a beautiful conversation. He was very clear that he wasn't ready for us to not be friends, that he wasn't ready for us to go our separate directions, that it just didn't feel good to him. And ultimately in that conversation, I told him either one of us moves on and we end our relationship as friends, or this will naturally blossom into something. And over the year, it naturally has blossomed, just naturally on its own. I only do my inner work. I reach out and communicate when God guides me to. I'm not sitting here waiting for him to choose me. I'm doing my life purpose. I'm running my businesses. I'm taking care of my babies. I'm taking care of my mind. I'm taking care of my body. I'm doing everything I can to prepare myself for harmonious union and to be the best version of myself, because not only do I deserve and want the best version of him, but he deserves the best version of me. And that means that during this time when we're figuring ourselves out and we're healing from past relationships and trauma so that we can come into a healthy relationship together, I'm going to be taking care of me. So instead of looking for the next person to date, if you already know your twin flame, if you don't already know your twin flame, go date. Go do what you need to do. I don't suggest wasting your sexual energy, but go do what you need to do in order to explore connections, get to know people, go on dates, take yourself out on dates. But if you know who your true twin flame is and they're not giving you what you want, it's not appropriate to go get it from someone else. Just word of advice. You're going to feel drained. You're going to feel taken from. You're going to feel upset with yourself because you betrayed yourself in your union, looking for pleasure outside of yourself instead of giving it to yourself or going to God for it. Ultimately, go to God for it. But I really think that your union and the love that you know you share with this person is so worth you putting your investment and time into you and your relationship with God, and let God take care of the circumstances, of the blocks, of the upsets, and just move through them as they come up. Your twin flame is here to reflect to you all the places where you're out of alignment in love, so that you can align yourself with love and align with them there, and you can have a healthy relationship, a loving relationship. So I really hope this is helpful. I do offer coaching sessions for you if you are needing support and help in moving through this kind of situation within your union. Really being able to have someone guide you and help you see things that maybe you can't see because you're in the middle of it. And I really love being able to help you get clear on yourself and heal within yourself. And my favorite part is when people who are like, my twin flame wants nothing to do with me, or my divine counterpart says they don't want a committed relationship with me, and then they do the work, and like few weeks, maybe a month or two later, they have a breakthrough. I was one of those people. And I've shared that here on my channel of some of my breakthroughs that I've had just by choosing me, choosing to do this work, choosing to love me, choosing God, and everything else is taken care of. So I hope you were able to receive from this. I love you guys so much. I want to see everyone in their harmonious union with their ultimate lover, living their ultimate life, and literally having everything that they truly ever desired and didn't even know was possible, but it is, because God is that good. So I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys.